Some Devils, Gino back to answer some more goddamn questions. And today's questions we're going over are on the video. Best release of 2022 so far. Why did Cannibal Corpse get so popular? Posted 2 weeks ago, goddammit. 155 comments. See what the fuck's in there. One guy, Vital Remains, question mark. What about him? If you're asking me what do I think of Vital Remains, my favorite release is Dechristenize. And then after that, Forever Underground. And then after that, Icons of Evil, which is, I like it with Glenn singing. It was kind of a letdown, though, because it was nowhere near as good as Dechristenize, but it's still good. And then everything else, to be honest with you, kind of like, I just think it's boring. I mean, even like the first album's Let Us Pray, right? It's a solid death metal record, but I'm just like, just kind of background for me, nothing there. Definitely doesn't stink. If somebody says it's my favorite band, I don't think there's like, I mean, they had their place in the scene. They're not, but I'm just like, it's kind of boring. Like, but Forever Underground, for example, like No One Brings Out, like, these songs are great. They're memorable. It's got cool ass fucking solos and riffs. Very first listen, I was like, I'm thoroughly entertained. But like even Dawn of the Apocalypse, it's fine. They never put out anything. I'm like, this fucking sucks. I'm just like, I'm just bored. Oh, I will say this, which is kind of weird because you would think I'd like the first album the most, in a sense. Another thing I like a lot as well is their demos. What I have is called Horrors of Hell. I believe that's almost positive it's called compilation disc. It's not like I'm someone special. I'm pretty sure it's Central Media that put it out several years ago. 2 demos, I believe, is on there, and 1 7-inch, and I do like that stuff. So before that, I just remember it just being been a while since I listened to it, but I've listened to it several times, and I definitely thoroughly enjoyed that. And then there's the second one. What is that? Into Cold Darkness. Again, it's fine. I'm bored. I'll just say that. So if that's your question, you just provide all mine's question marks. Rocky's musical rarities. 200 Stab was more like 200 other bands I'd rather listen to. He's laughing his ass off. Yeah, whoever said that, obviously I just read out that wasn't my line. Can't take credit for it. Wish it was my line. Goddamn fucking hilarious. Whoever I read off, he said a question or wrote in the comments. I remember it, but I don't remember. So shout out to you, Rob, whoever said that. But even though Rocky's musical rarity stuff, that was funny because that was the 200, more like 200 other bands I'd rather listen to. I mean, that was fucking funnier than shit. I have to admit, that was definitely a good one. Andrew Killen, great take on the raw black metal shit. Definitely more of a style over substance thing there. Are there any raw black metal bands you do like, or do you hate that subgenre as a whole? See, the thing is, I don't hate it. I think the whole idea of it's actually pretty cool. Raw and just down and dirty, goddammit. But it's like, why do you guys have no riffs? Like, put some catchy fucking riffs in there. Put a solo and shit. Well, it's not raw black metal, dog. What do you mean it's fucking raw is raw? What the fuck are you talking about? It can still be stripped down and simple. For example, when you listen to like, especially early Nunslaughter, like let's say like songs like Death by the Dead or I Am Death and stuff, look how stripped down and simple that is. Raw black metal, the extreme, just the raw black metal shit, the Cavalt stuff, it's the same concept, but black metal, right? But listen to like Death by the Dead, catchy as fuck, memorable as fuck. Why can't you clowns do anything like that? I'm not saying nobody out there exists. I'm sure there probably is, and I'm like, this is fucking great. And again, like, do I like in that stuff? Well, clarify what exactly, if we're just talking about bands that are trying to sound like Mutilation, Vlad Tepes, Belkatir, stuff like that, if we're just talking about, is that's what we'll consider raw black metal, do I like any of that? No. But, I mean, for example, with Manicore, Ritual Cleansing the Whore demo, is that considered raw black metal? Or is that considered as war metal? Like, you know what I mean? Because I consider that just a black metal record, but somebody be like, oh, it's war black metal, or it's war black metal, it's beastal black metal, you know what I mean? And that's actually probably what they will say, beastal black, whatever, because it's raw. So if that's basically what I'm saying is, it depends on what the fuck you classify that as. If you consider that a raw black metal recording, well, yeah, I like that a lot. So there's stuff like that. But if it's the traditional, when I think of the raw black metal, I'm assuming you're talking about, like I said, the Mutilations, the Vlad Tepes, things like that. The only thing that I can think of, and there probably is, I don't want to say that I don't like anyone in that category because I know there's probably, oh, fuck, I forgot about this band, and I do listen to them. Because I've said it in past videos, there's pretty much every subgenre I like at least one thing by. I'm sure there's exceptions to the rule, but for the most part, I like at least one band, generally speaking. The closest thing I can think of that's coming to off the top of my head, at least the early releases, everything they did during COVID, was the band Old Nick. It was like that style old raw black metal, but it had had some of the circus shit going on, and it also had like acid witch tannic hallucinations with the keys and stuff feel to it. It was a mix of everything, but in even like their parts, they actually had catchy riffs and shit. When I first put it on, I'm like, because I had to put it on because we got like The guy did, old Nick or whatever don't know the guy's name. Pretty sure it's a one-man band. He put out like, I'm not even exaggerating, it was like 10 releases in 2020. I'm pretty sure 2020 was the year that the band started. So, and the reason I said it because Metal Archives looked into it and shit like that. Because, anyways, we got like, it was all on cassette at first, right? All self-released by the band. And we got like, for sure, like 6 titles in at once. And I think we got like 10 of each copy. So there's like 60 cassettes. It goes up on a Friday update. Literally Saturday morning, boom, all of them gone on the cart. I'm like, what the fuck? I've never heard of who's this band? Never heard of them. So I searched it online, maybe YouTube, and there wasn't much posted. And I was listening to it, and I'm like, oh, when it first started, I was like, yeah, this stuff, okay. Yeah, the stuff that sells, I don't care about. I'm kind of listening to it. And I'm like, you know what? I was like, this is actually pretty fucking good. And so I picked up a lot because then when the band self-released too, we actually contacted about signing them. And I wanted to, but I'm almost kind of glad we didn't because I haven't heard the latest ones, but I could look back. We didn't get them in. I would have listened to them otherwise. Is what they did last year, whatever. It looked like they already changed, like drastically changed. It looked drastically different. Maybe the music's the same, but I think somebody did tell me, he's like, yeah, it doesn't sound anything like they were doing. Like they totally already changed. Don't quote me on that, but it definitely looks different from just the image. But the last thing I have, because they self-released them all on CD then, like a Pro CDR, I have several discs, and I like all those, like I said, the 2020 releases, and I think there's a couple in 2021 I like. The latest recording that I had and I did like was a split with, I believe it was called Hex Clock. I have it sitting over here somewhere. Might not have filed that one away. Yeah, I don't want to get digging because I see that some of the other old Nick just discs, the demo discs, or I think one of them is considered full length. The one with the title you can't pronounce it. It's like a mile fucking long. But anyways, Hex Clock I believe was the latest recording. And actually, I remember Hex Clock. It's similar style music. I can't remember. I remember liking that too. I'm like, this is a solid fucking disc. But I think that's the last one I heard. But they would fall in that category, and I definitely like them. And I'm sure there's others, but for the most part, it's not that J-Dog's anti-raw black metal. Not at all. Bands like, for example, put Krieg in that category. It's just, where's the riffs, Rob? Like the idea, I get it. Like, but I'm like, literally, there's nothing memorable about this. It's complete monotonous bullshit. You may as well just put a fucking blender on for me to make my goddamn protein shakes in the background. There's just, what the fuck am I listening to? This is completely pointless. Like, where are where's the riffs? The riffs! You guys know that fucking sticker slogan, the Destroyer 666, Defiance LP when that first came out. I was laughing my fucking ass off. There was no goddamn riffs. No goddamn riffs, no goddamn hooks, no goddamn melodies, no goddamn guitar solos, no goddamn sing-along catchy choruses. Like, there was fucking nothing. Like, this is fucking stupid. I was like, the sound is shit. Okay, whatever. It's raw. It's cool. Vocals ain't bad. Standard, whatever. Black metal vocals. I was like, you gotta have some fucking songs. Like, it's music at the end of the day. It's the reason I'm listening to something is because I like music. It's not to be cool and look tough and, hey, man, I'm a big, bad fucking singer. Yeah, fucking down with the devil, motherfucker. Down with the devil. It has, I mean, granted, that's all kind of a byproduct, side product. Hey, ha, ha, ha. That's kind of funny, sock to the Christians type of shit. And it's cool. And I like the image, black clothes, long hair, gauntlets, fucking spikes, inverted cross. It's all good in the hood. I dig that shit too. But the music comes fucking first. You know what I mean? It's not the other way around. Let's look cool. Let's be tough. Let's not crack a smile. Sock of the JC, and our fucking we have no music. It's just a bunch of monotonous bullshit. You know what I mean? It's not the other way around. So it's not that I'm against them. I hate that style. Give me a band that has good songs. You have to hear them. You know what I mean? Cardiac arrest. He knows. Goddamn it! Just checked out the Caustic Club demo, and damn, more needs to happen. We got them signed for. They said they're going to do a full length with us, so. Which I'm definitely looking forward to. So I told Chase to contact him. I didn't see files yet, so I don't know what the fuck if he said he did. But I don't know. We'll see. I told him I want to do that demo on 7-inch because I love 7-inch vinyls, especially with demo releases on their shit. Kind of like it reminds me of the old days, like Gorephobia and type of shit. When band's demo came out on 7-inch. So they said they agreed. They said yes. I asked, let's do the demo on 7-inch. Let's do some demo T-shirts. But when we initially signed them, it was for their first full length album, which would be awesome. I'm definitely glad for. The only slight concern I have is when it's like always bands, like, is it going to sound like this demo? Or is it just going to be like, yeah, it's a death metal record. It's cool. It's another death metal band. Plan for the worst, hope for the best, right? I don't think it's going to come out like, this fucking sucks. I mean, it might even be better than the demo. But what I have, my mindset, what I'm thinking, like, me as a fan, if I wrote that demo, the Caustic Club demo, me as a fan, I'm thinking, like, just Do a full length like that. Wherever the fuck you recorded that, do that. Don't change your vocal styles. Don't change anything. Just record more songs, 10 songs or whatever. Songs average about 3 minutes a piece, right? Do 10 songs, 10, 12 songs. Like that. That's your full length. You know what I mean? That I'm not saying they won't do that. I'm just saying most bands don't. You get it in, you're like, the demo was great. What the fuck is this album? You know what I mean? Not all the time, but a lot of times. You know what I mean? So that's my only, I don't want to say concern, but just hope they don't fall in that category. That's all. But yeah, goddamn Caustic Club demo. If you like death metal, go and check that out. That's the best release of 2022 so far. At least the best one I've heard. Goddamn it. Ryan and Zerta. You checked out the Caustic Phlegm too? So he's definitely a fucking fan. Fuck yeah, fuck yeah. So people are actually checking out. Yeah. Vincent Bloodcrowd, just listen to Caustic Phlegm, and they are really good, goddamn it. Got that right. That's what I thought. Here we go. Question mark in there. Death Metal Dero. Shout out to you, Rob. I definitely don't recognize that user ID. Good day, J Dog. In a time where a majority of the metal scene is centered around reviving old sounds, such as OSDM, assuming that means old school death metal, thrash, and traditional heavy metal, have you found any enjoyable metal bands since 2010 that are actually doing something new, unique, and or innovative? Keep up the good work, Bra. That's a really good fucking question. So let's clarify, do I like bands since 2010? Yeah. In fact, there's no year, and challenge me and maybe throw a year out there. I don't think there's a single year since, let's go with 1980. Shit, you could probably go back all the way back to 1970 if you count every year that Black Sabbath did every year Black Sabbath did a release, but let's keep that out because Never Say Die, I kind of think that album stinks. And what year was that? 79. What I'm getting at, 1980 to 2022, I don't think there's a single year in that 42 fucking years that I don't like something that came out. So even this year, Caustic Club was great. Spider, the album we did, I thought was fucking awesome. Highly recommend it. Go over and check Spider out, goddammit. But the question is, 2010 to now, that it's not okay, for example, a band like Intrails wouldn't count. Not saying they came out in 2010, but not around that time. They wouldn't count because, yeah, it just fucking sounds like, Left Hand Path and Grave and shit. New death metal band that's doesn't let's he says innovative. Let's step it a bit down. Let's just say who doesn't kind of sounds like themselves. It doesn't sound like anybody else. There's bands that exist, don't get me wrong, there definitely is, but generally speaking, I guess you could say Close Mind and J Dog, I generally didn't like. It's usually the artsy fartsy shit or just boring in my opinion. But who is fucking somebody? Let me look in the rack for a little bit of a fucking memory fresher. Yeah, you know what? I can't really think of anybody. Yeah, I mean, like I said, there's tons of shit that I like, but that's death metal, and it's kind of like they're in a sound of their own. Yeah, no, I can't really think of anybody. Throw them in there, Devils. Again, there's bands I can kind of think of, like maybe a band like you could throw in there, like maybe like Necros Christos or something, which I think they was at before 2010 too. But I was just bored. I didn't really like them. So because I know some people are going to throw bands of that caliber in there, but I'm talking about I actually liked that. Yeah, it was kind of in their own league, sound. I want to say there has to be at least somebody, but I cannot think of anybody on top of my head now. I can't think of anybody. So yeah, throw it in there, Devils. I mean, is there anybody? What do you think? I think that's definitely a good goddamn debatable question. Oh, he's got 2 replies. Let's see if there's any ideas in there. Aegis Raven, there is nothing new or unique, only variations on a theme that's already been beaten to death. Goatman, it's all just metallic hardcore. Nothing about the new old school death metal going on has anything to do with death metal. So yeah, there's no references like ideas in there. Little over 90. I have said it before, but I will never understand how calling something pizza thrash is an insult. What, you don't like pizza, brah? You hate sex and ice cream too? I agree. That is pretty fucking funny because I'm not on that topic, pizza trash, but sometimes what's something that it kind of almost irritates me. It's like people I know to you, like maybe it would be in my family or something. They'll say shit kind of ripping on it. I'm just like, why are you talking shit about it? Again, like, what, you don't like pizza? You don't like sex? You don't like ice cream? Like, you're bringing points up that are just fucking dumb. Like, why are you ripping on this? This is something that I like in life. Like, what the fuck? Like, why are you ripping on it? It doesn't make any sense. Um, oh, I was never saying pizza thrash. Me personally, that's a bad thing. I just don't know what it is. I'm assuming it means municipal waste. And be honest, I kind of like municipal waste. Didn't listen to them for the first whatever that Toxic Holocaust split. I told a story came out, the 12-inch maxi, which I have. I bought that because I love Toxic Holocaust. I don't Toxic Holocaust pizza thrash. I consider it fucking satanic punk thrash. God damn it. I like everything by them. Huge fucking fan. I go on saying I've said it publicly many times. Toxic Holocaust, I would say, is probably as a whole is one of my favorite bands. Because they're one of the very few thrash bands that I can say I like every single release by. I can't say that for there might be a couple others in there, but I can't think of anybody else, especially bands that have a substantial amount of albums. So, anyways, they did that split with Municipal Waste. However long that time frame was when Municipal Waste put out their first release to that, I know it was a good gap, at least 7-8 years or so. I think so. It's been out quite a while. I didn't. I never listened to Municipal Waste because I thought I called it party thrash, and I'm just like, not that I have anything. What's wrong with party thrash? There's nothing wrong with it. I was like, it just doesn't. It just wasn't my thing. It just didn't do anything for me. But I'm assuming that's who they're talking about. And answer, is there anything? Let's say that is pizza thrash. I don't consider it an insult. Then she did it for you. If you like pizza thrash, you like pizza thrash. That's like saying people think Mortician is complete brutal fucking just garbage. You know what I mean? No riffs or whatever they fucking say. I'll take it as an insult because it's just not your thing. You know, if it describes the music well, pizza thrash, and that's what it is, and that's what you like, well then you should like it. You know what I mean? I just so I don't know if guys were saying to rip on them. I did kind of get the vibe too, like you lay all over that they were saying it almost an insult, but I mean I don't take it that way. It's like if that's their genre, that's what they're into, then fuck them. You know what I mean? Got 3 replies though too. What is there? Uh, I like both things individually. Laugh out loud. This is from Goat66DB. Like deathcore, I like death metal, and I like hardcore, but put them together, and I probably won't like it. Pizza thrash is a funny term, though. Yeah, nobody can fucking tell me. Maniac Pope, pizza thrash. I just a new is just a new millennial term for crossover, just like they call soda pop mix. Crossover is awesome, according to Joe Deakins. Yeah, somebody clarify. Is municipal waste that's what pizza thrash is? Because otherwise, if they're not, like, no, it's this shit. I don't know what the fuck you're even talking. Like, I literally don't even know that. Like, give me some examples. I've yet to have someone give me any examples, but I'm gonna make an educated assumption it's that stuff that they're talking about. Metal Musician 6996 J Dog thoughts on grindcore band Brutal Truth. Love the first 2 records. You know what? As a whole, I always said I didn't like them, but the first thing I heard was in fact, it might be the only thing I ever heard because I didn't know of anything that was out at the time. Was in the late 90s, early 2000s when Relapse did, was it Sounds of the Animal Kingdom? It was on the compilation disc, the Contamination Tour or whatever that was, Exhume was on there, Nile was on there, Incantation was on there, General Surgery was on there. That's how I heard all those bands to check them out. Bought a Mortician was on there. I think I knew about Mortician prior to those though. Anyways, Brutal Truth was on there. I was like, don't really like it. But I didn't know that they had any other stuff. And I will say this as time went by, and I think some reissues came out. I don't know if it was the first Brutal Truth that I heard, but an earlier one came out. It came in through the shop. This was quite a while ago now. I remember listening. I'm like, I don't really like it. So in my mind, am I a Brutal Truth fan? No. But I've always been reserved to say that because the truth is, I don't really know it, to be honest with you. And they never got a true listen because that's literally like saying like, hey, I don't like Iron Maiden, but the album I heard was the Final Frontier. I'll be like, what the fuck? Like, why would you like? You don't base them off that. You know what I mean? Or I don't like Deicide. I heard fucking Till Death Do Us Part. That's not what you gauge the band off of. You know what I mean? So I get that, and I'm fully fucking aware. But I did hear once considered one that was considered an. Oh, you know what? The other one I did hear, I can't think of the name of it, but it was a Relapse one too, where that guy has a gun, and then there's a shadow in the background. He's committing suicide. I remember it just being like music. Last time I heard it was literally 20 years ago minimum, probably long because I think the last time I heard it I was 15, and I'm 37 now, so 22 years. But let's just even say I heard it once or twice after, and I was 17. 20 years at the very least. I remember not liking it. But if someone was playing at a party or something, I walked in, I would literally be like, "Who are we listening to?" I wouldn't remember or anything like that. Those are the two I heard. Remember not liking them, and then there was an earlier one that came in the shop, checked it out, I was like, I still don't really like it. But I don't know which one the first one is. Don't know if I've even heard that one. So I've stayed reserved. And the other two on Relapse, honestly, I never went back to them either. So maybe 22 years later, I would fucking think, oh, these are actually pretty good. So I don't know. But I'm fully familiar with who Brutal Truth is. It's fucking Danny, right? Fucking the bass player. And is a couple other fucking big names in there. Probably know them when I heard them. But fully aware who Brutal Truth was. I knew about them since I was about 14 years old. But it was just a band I never really got into. So, yeah, take that for what it is. Maybe I should dig more deep into them. So, that's it for this one, Devils. You know what to do. Comments, questions, concerns, put it in the fucking comments box. I'm going to answer bright in the morning. Later, goddammit.